Hey guys, this is Oracle Daphne doing your September 17th reading. I'm a little bit behind right now, but I just wanted to do these in advance for you guys. Today is the 16th, and geez, I look like Catwoman. That's crazy. Okay, so I hope your day's going well. I had a very interesting day. The energies kind of felt really heavy today, and I'm really hoping that they don't feel that way tomorrow. But it's just very intense. I think there's some intense planetary stuff going on. That's just how I feel. Just very heavy and intense. So let's see what I get for September 17th, 2014. This is for all signs. This is just like the daily overview. It's just to see. Interesting. I don't think we have had this card yet. You can see there's 3 swans. You can see I wrote yes at the top. There's a lot of different things that that come to my mind. This is the Ace of Swords. Now, everybody else's idea of the Ace of Swords, that's their idea, okay? The Ace of Swords for me is about going back and forth between a decision, trying to make up your mind, okay? Should I get the red velvet cake or should I do the chocolate cake? Should I, bike to work today or should I take the train? Should I drive to work? Should I have somebody pick me up? Should I stay with this guy or should I move on? Should I try to find another job or should I stay where I'm at? Should I stay in the apartment that I'm in or should I try to find another one? So things like that, that's this card. And it's like you're going back and forth. And this is the card that, it's interesting because in my old deck, when the swords were down, that was a no. And in this deck, because I'm so positive, when the sword is down, in this card specifically, it's a yes. Why is the sword down? Why do I see it as being a yes? Well, it's weird because I see this as actually, even though the sword is floating, I see this as being like the sword in the stone, like the legend with King Arthur, okay? And it's funny because I've been reading a lot about King Arthur lately. And the Sword in the Stone is a little bit about, it's a little bit about magic, but it's also about how he was in the right place at the right time, and he was good, and, when you make a decision, you're trying to make the best decision. You're trying to make the good decision. And so there's an element of good in here. If you're doing something for the higher good or your higher good or somebody else's good, you're going to be able to have a better day than if you're doing things in a very selfish way. I kind of think King Arthur was very unselfish. He did things to protect his kinsmen. He did things to protect his realm. He was a fighter, but he was really, really good at heart, So that's why he was able to take the sword out of the stone, He was in the right place at the right time, and he was good. So the thing here is that you're going to choose yes for whatever it is that you're going back and forth about. Should I do this? And whatever that is, the answer is yes. Now, if the question is, should I rob something, or should I steal something, or should I lie about something, anything negative, the answer is no. Because this is a double-edged sword, right? Double-edged sword, meaning on the one side, the answer is yes. But on the negative side, if it's a negative thing that you're doing, if it's not for the higher good of you or somebody else, then the answer is going to be no. Swords are also about cutting through the red tape. the bureaucracy, the lies. It's finally getting through the insurance company and getting your paycheck, you know? Getting what somebody owes you. Getting things turning around for the better, okay? Because again, this sword cuts all the crap away. And that maybe that's what you need to do for making this decision. You need to simplify and being like, okay, why are you going back and forth about this? What is going on? If you're going back and forth about this because it's complicated, it's a complicated situation, then my suggestion is to simplify. Simplify. Most of the time, complicated situations do not work out. Why? Because they're complicated. And, you know, keeping your life simple is usually the better way to go. Not in the sense that it's not saying that you have to, like, be kind of like a hermit or something and do very little with your life. No. I'm not saying that. I'm saying, I think specifically for those of you who are in any kind of love triangle where there's somebody else involved, this is a no for you. Specifically, this is a no. Because there's three birds here, you know, and they all want the sword, you know. It also can represent, because this is a very positive card, I think of this as 3 friends, 3 really good friends, 3 people, or a family of 3. I don't know. It's weird because I'm just thinking, you know, where the butterflies are. Where are the butterflies? I'm not sure where the butterflies go at this time of year. But wherever they go, you know, I think they go to Mexico. Anybody who's Mexican, anybody who's in Mexico, this is, specifically, I feel like this is for you today. As well as other people too. But I'm kind of getting this weird Mexico message about the butterflies. Oh, and the other thing is, okay, so there's a lot of energy on the inside here around this sword. There's all this energy around this sword and this magic and all this. I feel like you're going to get your answer, and it sounds so cliche, but on the inside of you somewhere, you know the answer. You know the right answer. It's sort of just, it's just going to just come to you, you know? And you're going, my God, that's vague. Okay, so basically, this is about making a decision. And I just got saying yes to something. Saying yes. Practicing saying yes. Coming from that place of yes. You know, again, it goes about going back and forth between this no and this yes, trying to make the decision of what to do. And so let's just say you say yes. But then it doesn't turn out. Well, you've made a decision. Geminis, this is for you. Because you guys are the epitome of not being able to make a decision. And I think of the butterflies, and there may be a lot of, you may actually have a lot of Gemini friends, or you may be a Gemini and be married to another Gemini, or have a best friend as a Gemini or something. The sword being down. Let's talk about the sword being down in this. The sword being down is good because that means today, well, it could go both ways. Today is a day that you've put the sword down, and for whatever relationship or family drama that you might have going on, you've decided, okay, you're going to be the bigger person. You're going to take the higher road. You're not going to be fighting. You know, you're not going to engage in this fighting. You're just going to stay kind of out of it. Okay, so your choice is to be like the birds who are fighting and they're squabbling over that one one piece of bread. If you go to the park and you watch the birds, they all fight. Wherever the bread is, they fight like hardcore over that one thing. And that's kind of how it is. Or you can be like the butterflies who are actually flying past this into the distance. They're getting away from it. It's like lightening the load. Don't drag your energy down by any negativity today, okay? And this is, again, for the September 17th. On this day, be like the butterfly, Just be better than that. Be better than that. It's hard to take the high road. It's easy to be defensive when somebody is saying something to you. You want to fight back. I get it. But today's not really the day to do that. On the negative side, if you were to wield the sword today, and by that I mean, if you were to take the sword, which is in the stone in my mind, okay, there's a stone there, but you can't see it. If you were to take it out and use it, it would be a bloodbath, because all three people would get hurt. Everyone involved. It would be like it would be kind of like a massacre. I kind of feel like that, and I really hope that doesn't happen, because everybody on Twitter was talking about how that there was that sweatshirt that was kind of related. I'm not even going to go into specifics. So it's negative, okay? That had blood stains on it and stuff, and I just think that our society doesn't need any more violence. Our country, the world does not need any more. And it's the hardest thing to do when somebody wants to fight with you, or you're fighting for something, that one thing. This is also competition, too. This is competition where you are in competition with several other people, or even many, many other people. And you don't even realize how much competition you have. It's like you're trying out for soccer or even for theater or something, and you're in the top 3, and you don't realize, hundreds, maybe even thousands of people, tried out for the part, or for the team that you wanted to get into soccer, and for whatever reason, you made it to the top, which is awesome, and everybody else didn't. So, this is a day to give thanks, for whatever your blessings are. This is a day to give thanks. It's kind of a tricky card for me, though, because I do see that on the one hand, you could say, all right, I've had enough. I don't want to get into any more drama. I'm putting the sword down. But on the other hand, internally, it's a struggle. You want to be like the butterflies. You want peace, which is why you put the sword down. But other side, you're tempted to pick up the sword and fight. Because of that anger, because of that drive, because of that, that you want to fight back, you want to defend yourself, It's a struggle. It's an inner struggle. Should I be the good person, or should I be the bad person, My suggestion is be the bigger person. Be the good person. Don't let any negativity get you down. And I think whatever it is that you're looking for, whether it's an answer that you're looking for, or whether it's a person that you're looking for, maybe you're going around and you're watching a lot of YouTube videos and you're like, I don't get anything from these psychics. They don't tell me anything, The answer's on the inside. Your treasure is on the inside. Who you are on the inside. Because anybody can be like a warrior, and go out and be mean and hurt other people. Anybody can do that. That's easy. But the hard thing is to be a good person. and not, and hold back and put your sword down, you know, and say, okay, let's not fight anymore, you know. And if you've already done that and you're in a relationship, you've already done that and you feel like, okay, you know, you put your sword down, then it's time to move on. You know, maybe you got into a relationship and the person that, you know, you're fighting with doesn't want to, they're holding a sword, you put yours down and they still want to fight you for some reason. They're still angry, they're just not talking to you, or something's going on. You know, it's time to move on from this relationship. It's time. I almost feel like they're not paying, maybe that person's not paying that much attention to you for some reason. But it's time to move on from this. You need to be like the butterfly and float away and be happy, because that's what life is about, you know? It'll bring you much greater peace and much greater happiness. And I'm actually just noticing there's all this dark clouds. It's actually dark clouds. So the sword, this decision, is very important for you, because this decision is going to light the way out of this. So you need to make the choice. You need to say yes, or you need to make the decision to be a better person, to take the higher road, to say, okay, I'm going to bless them, and I'm going to move on. There are better people out there. There are better friends out there. There are people that are going to realize and recognize that you did the good thing, the better thing. So, on the one hand, this day might bring a lot of peace talks. On the other hand, there's still a lot of that energy, that fighting energy. So don't take part in it. Just step away, move on, be above it, you know? And I always try to say, be zen on this day. Be zen. Don't pick up the sword. Whatever you do, even if you're tempted, don't pick up the sword. And that's a metaphor for hurting somebody else, for fighting in any way. Somebody gets on your nerves, you know, just be like, you're getting on my nerves, and walk away. Don't engage. Don't engage. Don't engage in any fighting today. This should be like every day. But specifically on the 17th, we're going to make this about not fighting. And actually, I just thought of something. The reason that you have all these dark clouds around you is because you're so focused on this one thing. And if you were like these butterflies, I don't know if you can see it, but if you were like these butterflies, they're in here, floating away in the distance, that's how you're going to be happy. You need to move on. It's time to move on. Be happy. Don't stop focusing on that one thing. Because ultimately that one thing is going to cause a lot more grief and even pain. So I think that's all for right now. That's all that I'm really getting. Thank you guys for all your comments. Feel free to like and share. I really appreciate all your positive comments. You guys are the best. And I'm going to do another one after this for the following day. Stay tuned for more. And I'll talk to you guys again soon. Big hugs. Big kisses. All right. Thanks so much. Bye.